Greetings, fellow grade 11s. It's Mr. Shajra here. Welcome to Back to Basics. Look, what I want us to look at today, I want us to, look at our trigonometry, and we are going to be examining our KZN, right? This is going to be your KZN March test, right? Which was written in the year 2023. Altogether, now I want us to look at these particular question and see in terms of how do we go about solving for these types of question. Now let's start here. Now here, what is it that you're given? You're given that you're having sine of what? This is sine squared of 180 degrees plus your theta, right? And then this is going to plus, this is going to be cos of negative theta, and then multiply by what? Multiply by sine of your what? This is multiplied by your sine of your 90 degrees, subtract your theta, over what? Over your what? Over your sine of theta. Altogether, this is over your sine of theta plus what? Let's just remove that one here. This is going to be plus 1 over tan, right? This is going to plus 1 over tan of theta. Now, basically, here, what they want us, basically, they want this left-hand side to prove it to be cos your what? Your right-hand side. Now, how are you going to go about? Now, let's start here. We all know that, for an example, sine of 180 degrees plus theta is found in which quadrant? Is found in your third quadrant, right? So, but now, because there is a square here, look, let me just write this. We are saying this, yes, it's going to be negative sine of theta, but this is going to be all squared, right? Then now, when you say cos of negative theta, cos of negative theta, remember we said when you move from here to here, this is your positive theta. When you move this side, moving clockwise, this is going to be a negative theta. And now your negative theta is found in your fourth quadrant. Therefore, this is same as negative what? Negative cos of theta. Altogether, this is going to be rather positive cos of theta, not negative, but this is going to be positive because cos of theta in your fourth quadrant is positive, ne? Right? Then this is going to be same as sine of 90 degrees, subtract your theta, is found in your second quadrant. So this is same as what? We know that this is going to be our cos of theta, right? And this is going to be cos of theta divided by, this is going to be divided by sine of theta, right? This is sine of theta. And now, what is your tan? What is your tan rather? Now, if you can look at your tan, now you know that basically your tan is same as what? It's same as your 1. Now, let's just write this. This is actually same as what? Let's write this way. It's same as 1 divide by what? This is divide by your tan theta. We know that this is sine of theta over what? Over your cos of theta. Altogether, oh, this is 1 over sine theta over cos theta. Altogether, this is one and the same thing. Now, from here, what is it that we are going to do? Look, now your negative sine squared. Remember, when you say negative squared, this is same as what? As positive, right? So, which means basically this is same as your sine squared of theta plus cos multiplied by cos. This is going to be your cos square of theta. And this is divided by what? This is obviously divided by sine of theta, right? Divided by sine of theta. Now, what is this going to be? Now, look, you can change this. Remember here, this is same as 1 over sine theta over what? Over cos theta. Now, remember when you want to change the division sign to multiplication sign, this is the same as what? This is same as your cos of theta over what? Over your sine of theta. Are we together? So which means this is same as plus your what? This now is going to be your cos of theta over your what? Over your sine of theta. Basically, what I did here, I swapped this one that was here, I put it in your denominator and the denominator in my numerator, right? And now, what is it that I am having here? Now, sine squared plus cos squared is same as what? Basically, this is same as 1. So which means this is same as 1 over your what? Over your sine theta. Remember, this is an identity, which is 1. So this is 1 plus what? This is plus cos of your theta over your sine of your theta. Right? Now, what is it that you can do now after here? Look, your denominator is the same. So since your denominator is the same, you can write everything under one roof, right? So which means this is same as 1 plus cos of theta, right? Over what? Over your sine of what? Over your sine of theta. Now remember, what is it that we are proving here? Indeed, we are proving that this must be 1 plus cos of theta over your sine of theta. So which means, yes, your left-hand side is indeed equal to your right-hand side altogether. So basically now this is how we are going to go about doing this first question. Now let's move swiftly along to our next question, right? Let's move swiftly along to our next question to see in terms of how can we go about solving the next question, right? Let's just make up our space here. Right, this is going to be our space. Yes. Now from here, now what is it that you're going to have? Look, now the second one, now they say solve for x, where x is the element of 0 degrees to 360 degrees, right? So basically here they want us to use our what? They want us to apply our general solution. This is same as, actually this is same as, you are given that you have sine x is equals to negative 0.4. So which means basically here the same as x is equals to your reflex, which is same as shift sine of what? Of negative 0.4. And then what is it that you're going to get? Here you are going to get your what? You are going to get your angle, which is going to be same as 23, or this is negative, this is 23 comma what, comma 58 degrees, but rather it's negative 23,58. What does that mean? The negative 23 means if this is your Cartesian plane, you are not moving this way to this way, rather, but you are moving which way? Now this is actually same as what your reflect angle, which means the negative 23 degrees is actually starting from here, right? So the angle here is here altogether, right? Now, and now for you to find the correct angle of theta, what is it that you're going to do? Now you are going to say, now let's do it this way. Now, remember this one now, negative is going to be what? Now, what is it that you're going to do here? You're going to say, firstly, where is going to be your sign negative? Can you see that you're getting your negative here, right? So we are going to say, look, this is actually same as your x, which is what? X, which is going to be sine of what? X, which is going to be equals to your 180 degrees minus, remember, your sign is positive in your second quadrant, right? It's positive in this quadrant. So this is going to be actually minus 23.5 what, 0.58 degrees. Okay. So plus what? Plus 360k, where k is your element of your numbers, which means now your k, right, your k is going to be given by what? This is going to be same as what? This is same as your 203 point what? 0.5 80. Now let's look at the second one. Now remember that this one, the angle that you're getting here, this is in your third quadrant, right? So which means in this case we are going to be looking in the sides where your sign is negative. Look, firstly, this is the first, which is going to be in your third quadrant, where your sign is negative, rather. Now where, in which quadrant also is our sign negative? Our sign is also negative in our what? In our fourth quadrant, right? So which means now this is how we are going to do it. This is going to be still the same as what? X, which is equals to your what? 360 degrees, subtract your what? This is subtract your 23.58 degrees, right? This is 23.58 degrees plus what? Plus 360k, where k is your element of real numbers, right? So which means your value of your x there is going to be same as 336,42 degrees. Out again. Now basically now this is going to be what? This is going to be your angles of theta that you are going to be having here, right? Now hopefully this makes sense to you, right? Now let's just continue swiftly along here. Now let's say after here, what is it that you're looking for? Now this is going to be same as what? Now the next question here, they say consider the equation is equal to 0. Without use of a calculator, determine the general solution of this equation. Now, how are you going to determine the general equation of this, or rather general solution of this? Now, let's start here. Remember here you are given what? You are given root of 3 cos, this is cos squared a, subtract your sine of a, and your cos of your a is equals to 0, right? Now, what is the first thing that you're going to do? Remember, these are actually same as what? This is two terms, because remember that terms can only be separated by plus or minus, right? So which means between these two terms, you can take out the common facts. Can you see that your cos here is common and your cos here is common, right? So which means when you can say cos of a, what is it that you're going to be left with? You're actually going to be left with your square root of 3 cos of what? This is going to be cos of a. Remember, this was two of them. The squared meant two of them. Subtract what? Subtract your sine of a is equals to what? Is equals to your 0. Altogether. And now, remember, I said you need to consider these just like your quadratic equation, right? Now, which means here, what is it that you're going to do? You're going to now say your cos of your alpha is going to be equals to your 0, or your what? Your root 3 cos of what? cos of A subtract sine of what? Subtract sine of A is equals to 0. Now that you are here, what is it that you're going to do? You're obviously going to find the solution for A, for this one first, which means your A is going to be same as what? Shift cos of 0 degrees plus what? Plus 360k, right? This is same as 360k, where k is your element of real numbers. What is the answer that you're going to get here? The solution here, your A is going to be same as what? It's going to be same as 90 degrees, right? This is same as 90 degrees. Now, let's look at this one, right? Now, let's look at this one. Let me just write this one here. Now, this is root 3 cos what? Cos of A. Let me then take my sine this side. This is same as what? Same as my sine of A. What else am I going to do now from here? Right now, look, the easier thing that you can actually do here, you can then now come divide by cos of your A, right? Divide by cos of your A. Remember, I said whenever you look at your sine, you have your sine this side and your cos that other side. You must just start thinking about your what? Start thinking about your sine. All right, again. Now, which means from here, this cos and this cos are going to cancel each other, which means basically here, when we rewrite this, this is same as sine over cos is same as what? This is actually same as your tan of A, which is equals to your root 3, right? And then now you are going to say my A, therefore, is going to be same as what? Of shift tan of your root 3 plus what? Plus 360k, where k is your element of your numbers, right? So which means now your alpha that you are having here is going to be given by 60 degrees. Okay, so basically now these are going to be the two solutions for this particular general solution. I mean, this one was very much straightforward, right? Now let's look at the next one, right? Your 4.3.2. Now in this particular question, right, what is it that they are looking for? Let's now let's look at this one. Let's look at this one. Now they say, hence now determine the value of A for which this particular equation is in an interval negative what? Negative 270 and 90 degrees. Basically, yeah. What is it that they are looking for? Now they want us now to consider what? They want us to consider now your A, right? Your A. Now, for an example, we consider the positive solutions of A. Remember your solutions of A. You had your A which was 90 degrees. Then the other what? Which was what? Which was your A, which is equals to 60 degrees. Now from here, remember this was from the tan side, the tan of A, and then this was from the cos of A. Now, basically here, the question actually says, now let's consider your what? These solutions where now you are having negative of this, right? So which means what is this going to be? Now, for an example, you're going to say your cos, where is your cos also going to be where is your cos also going to be positive, right? Now, your cos is going to be negative in terms of what? Remember, your cos is actually positive. Let's consider the positive side because your A was positive, right? So we're going to consider the positive side. Your cos is also positive in your fourth quadrant. And basically, what is going to be your fourth quadrant is actually same as what? It's same as your let's do this. This is actually going to be same as your cos of what? Cos of your cos of A, which was equals to what? Which was equals to 0, right? Altogether now, which means this is actually going to be same as your what? Your cos of negative A altogether. So this is actually A, which is equals to your negative cos of what? Your negative cos of 0, which is basically going to what? Negative 90 degrees, because your cos is also negative in this fourth quadrant. Now in this one, your tan, what is it that you're going to do? You are going to say now, where is your tan negative? Remember, if this is your Cartesian plane, right? If this is a Cartesian plane, remember you got your tan as what? As your 60 degrees. What else now are you going to do? You are going to say now, starting from here, you are going to say, if I can say now my 108 degrees, right? If I can say 108 degrees, subtract your what? Subtract your 60 degrees, and now, or rather, because they want us to consider the negative side of it, right? We are saying, starting from the negative part, can you see that when you start from here, negative tan is here, which is negative what? Which is negative 180 degrees, right? So which means basically here you're going to have negative 180 degrees. Your alpha is going to be negative 180 degrees plus your 60 degrees. And what is going to be this? Actually, your A here is going to be cos what? Going to be negative 120 degrees plus your 360k, where k is your element of integers, right? Altogether. So basically now, Basically, now this is how you are supposed to solve this particular question. How to get. Hopefully, these now make sense to you. And thank you very much.